Good morning, children. So, how are you? Hope you are all fine. Here I am fine. Okay. Today I have come to start one more online video class. So, we are in the lesson refraction of light at curved surfaces. Today, uh, some more concepts in today's section we'll learn related to refraction of light at curved surfaces. Till now, just I have introduced the lesson, a few concepts related to refraction of light at curved surfaces, and I have given you the differences between convex and concave in the last two parts of this lesson. So, once again, you remember those things, and we will get into the new concepts related to curved surfaces. So in this we are saying a convex lens. Simply we can call a convex or biconvex also, don't get confused. Or we can call it as a converging lens. And next one is a concave lens and it is known as a diverging lens. So you have to remember the surface, the bulge out surface. This is your bulge out surface. This is one surface of a convex lens and this is other surface of a convex lens. So that is the reason it is called a biconvex. When you get into the uh, biconcave, this is the bent-in surface. This is the bent-in surface, one surface. And if you come here, this is one more bent-in surface. Because of this, we call it as a biconcave. Keeping these 2 points like a bulged surface for convex lens and bent-in surface for concave lens. Before getting into the actual ray diagrams related to the spherical lenses, we have to know few terms associated with both the concave and convex lenses. So children, carefully listen each and every term what I am explaining along with the diagrams. Just observe the things. Then in the next coming classes, online video classes, we'll see the ray diagrams of both concave and convex lenses. So if you observe here, this is the first spherical surface of this lens and this is the second spherical surface of this lens, this convex lens. If you come to the concave, this is your first spherical surface, this is your other spherical surface. If you take what is O there, O is nothing but optical center. And here also O is nothing but optical center of this concave lens. So here that's what convex and concave is given. If you come here, so see, if you consider this first spherical surface is a part of this sphere, the sphere, and this second spherical surface is a part of this sphere. So for the sphere means we have centers. So this is the center of the sphere, which is like this here, and this is the center of this sphere. Okay, I hope you have understood. So we have two spherical surfaces. That is the reason we have two centers. So this is C1 and C2, named as center of curvatures. Okay, the line joining these center of curvatures on both the sides of a lens is known as a principal axis. Okay, when you come to this concave, for this surface, this is for this sphere, this is a part of that sphere, and this is a part of this whole sphere. And if you observe, this is the center of this sphere, this is the center of this sphere. Okay, we can call this C1 and C2 same center of curvatures. Okay, I hope you remembered where I have explained in the 9th standard about the mirrors. I told. Okay, just recollect those. I hope you have understood now. And again, the principal axis also same thing. A line joining through these center of curvatures is known as a principal axis, irrespective of lens, either in concave or a convex. The same thing applies, ma. Now we will discuss some definitions. Aperture. The aperture of the lens is the diameter of the circular edge, children. You have to remember. Now, when you come to the center of curvature, a lens, whether convex or concave, has two spherical surfaces. Each of these surfaces forms a part of a sphere. Already I have explained in the diagram. So, the centers of these spheres are called as center of curvature of the lens, irrespective of either it belongs to convex or concave. So, and they are represented by C1 and C2. Already I have explained in the diagrams. So, what is principal axis? The line joining the points C1 and C2 is called the principal axis. Now, optic center or optical center, it is represented with P, you have to remember. So, in two ways we can represent the definitions. The midpoint of a thin lens is called optic center of the lens. The optical center of a lens is a point on the principal axis of the lens such that a ray of light passing through it goes undeviated. This is one of the rules. That time you have to recollect this point. The optical center of the lens is a point on the principal axis of the lens such that a ray of light passing through it goes undeviated. And one more point you have to remember is the principal axis of the lens is perpendicular to both the faces of the lens, irrespective of whether the principal axis is in concave or a convex. You have to remember that. Nothing but it is a normal to the bulge out surface of the convex lens or bent in surfaces of the concave lens. So you have to observe these diagrams, children. This is your convex lens. So don't get confused. Optic center sometimes in some of the ray diagrams it is represented with P, or sometimes it is represented with C also. Okay, don't get confused, children. And this F1 is first principal focus. If you see, the rays are emerging from F1. See, so I told this is principal axis, it will be a normal. If a ray passing through the principal axis, always it goes undeviated because it is a normal. I is equal to 0, R will be 0. But if it is here, if it is going like this, it is refraction occurs. See how it is happening in these two cases. When you come to here, if the rays are parallel like this, they try to meet at one point. This meeting point is known as F2, and from this optic center to F2 is small f2, and this optic center to F1 is small f1. Okay, this f1 and f2 are known as small f1 and f2 are known as focal length of the convex lenses. So we will discuss the definitions of these terms in the next. So first principal focus of a convex lens. It is the position of an point object on the principal axis of the lens for which the image found by the lens is at infinity, and it is represented with f1. You have to remember in this case is that the rays starting from an object point at f1 on refraction through convex lens becomes parallel to the principal axis and would form an image of the object point at infinity. This point, why I am stressing here, you have to remember where we use this point in ray diagrams of a convex lens. And one more point is next. Second principal focus of a convex lens is the position of an image point on the principal axis of the lens when the point object is situated at infinity. Second principal focus of a convex lens is represented with f2. And you have to remember in this case as rays from an object at infinity fall on a convex lens in a direction parallel to the principal axis of the lens. On refraction through convex lens, they actually meet at a point f2 on the principal axis of the lens, where a point image is formed. These two conditions, why I am telling, because these two are useful when we will draw the ray diagrams. For that sake, I am explaining these two. And one more point you have to remember, as a convex lens converges the rays of light falling in it, so it is rightly called as converging lens. What I have told for convex lens, the same thing applies for concave lens also. So here also we have F1 and F2, two first principal focus and the second principal focus, and optic center, and this is your principal axis here, this is your principal axis. So actually what is happening, I'm going to explain here. What is the first principal focus of a concave lens is the virtual position of a point object. This is the virtual position of a point object on the principal axis of the lens, for which the image formed by the concave lens is at infinity, and it is represented with F1 here. So what is happening here? See, the rays falling from somewhere, the rays like this, they fall. This is one more ray falling on the convex lens. Try to converge to a point. Try to see, these are the broken lens. So you have to remember this is virtual. Try to converge to a point F1 on the principal axis of a concave lens. Before actually they meeting at F1, they are intercepted by the concave lens, which refracts them into a beam of C. Actually, they are moving parallel to the principal axis, and these they form the image at infinity. So here F1 is known as virtual position of the point object, whose image would be formed at infinity. Now here, this is the second principal focus of a concave lens, is the position of an image point. This is the position of an image point on the principal axis of the lens when the point object is situated at infinity. Okay, so actually what is happening? Rays from an object at infinity. So when you consider rays from object at infinity, we have to go with the parallel rays in mirrors also. We have learned that only. So rays from an object at infinity fall on the concave surface of this lens in a direction parallel to the principal axis. What is shown here, these two are the rays. So on refraction through concave lens, what is happening? They diverge. They are getting diverged. So you have to remember what is converging and diverging, convergence and divergence. All these concepts we have learned in our mirrors lesson. They diverge. So on producing back, if you take these two diverging rays, they are producing. We know dotted lines means it is a virtual one. So when producing back, the diverged rays appear to come and form at F2 on the principal axis. So where a virtual point image is formed here, and it is represented with F2. So in the next part, we'll learn the definitions. So first principal focus is the virtual position of a point object on the principal axis of the lens, for which the image formed by the concave lens is at infinity. Second principal focus is the position of an image point on the principal axis of the lens when the point object is situated at infinity. Why we are discussing these two? These also are the conditions where we have to remember when we draw the ray diagram for concave lenses. Okay, as a concave lens diverges the rays of the light falling in it, it is called as a diverging lens. These are the parallel rays for the convex lens, and this is your principal axis, and this is your principal focus here. And these are the parallel rays. This is your principal axis, and this is your concave lens, and this is your principal focus. See what is happening there. I have taken only two lines above and below. Here many rays are there. So what happening in this convex lens, we'll see. The principal focus of a convex lens, this is the principal focus of a convex lens, is a point on the principal axis to which the light rays parallel to the principal axis converge after passing through the lens. Next, when you come to this concave, the principal focus of a concave lens is a point on the principal axis from which light rays originally parallel to the axis appear to diverge after passing through the concave. So appear to diverge after passing through the concave lens. Indra. So we are defining principal focus of a convex lens. It is a point on its principal axis to which the light rays parallel to the principal axis passing through the lens. So convex lens has a real focus. You have to remember here this point. Principal focus of a concave lens. It is a point on the principal axis from which the light rays originally parallel to the axis appear to diverge after passing through the concave lens. So concave lens has a virtual focus. These 2 points you have to remember related to convex lens and concave lens. So before starting this, I want to tell you or recollect some terms related to what we have learned. Center of curvature means from the pole to center of curvature, that is radius of curvature, okay, and distance, halfway distance between pole to center of curvature is known as the focus. That all we have learnt in mirrors. Similarly, here if you see, this is your f1, it is called as the principal focus. Already I told you for this convex lens now, and this is f1, nothing but a principal focus for the concave lens. In your textbook, the representation of a convex lens is in this way. A thin lens, that is the arrow, once you check the arrow directions, this is the representation of a convex lens. And when you see this representation of arrow, this is a representation of concave lens. Wherever you see, it is your own way to represent a thin convex lens or a thin concave lens. So it is in your style you present. It is represented in this way in the textbook. And one more point, similarly you have to remember where F is halfway distance between optic center is represented with P na, P to center of curvature. Center of curvature already I told you C1 and C2 as I started the lesson with that only in today's class. So this is 2F1. So 2F1 is represented with C1. Similarly, this is the other side. For this surface, we have a focus this side also. So, and 2F2 is C2. Remember in such a way points ma. So here this F1 is a principal focus for concave, already I told you, and this is called a virtual focus, and this is a real focus. Remember those 2 points also. And so this is F2 for this surface. And what is this 2F1? Center of curvature point only. It is represented with C1. And here 2F2 is C2 point, nothing but center of curvature point. Hope you have understood these points. Now you have to remember what is focus, the point of convergence or point from which the rays seem to emanate. Emanate means seem to coming from that point, emanation, is called a focal point or focus. Definitions are very much important, children. The distance between the focal point and the optic center. Actually, in the diagram, it is not mentioned. Already, I told you what is optic center. The distance between the focal point in either side, it is f1 or f2, irrespective of a concave or convex lens. The distance between the focal point and the optic center is called the focal length of the lens. Always it is represented with small f. Already as I started, I have used those. And capital F1 and capital F2 are the points which are equidistant from center of the lens. Center of the lens means from the optic center on either side of the two lenses. And one more point also you have to remember, 2F1 and 2F2 are the points which are equidistant from the center of the lens and also equal to double the focal length. So from optic center to F is focal length. So from optic center to 2F1. So that is double the length. Or I told you what is this also. Center of curvature point. So sometimes we represent with the 2F1 or C1, 2F2 or C2. I hope you have understood this also. Thank you, children. Just recollect today's class, whatever I have explained. Thank you. I'll meet you in the next class.